As you're all aware, Prime Minister is on a visit to Tianjin for the SCO summit taking place here. He arrived in Tianjin yesterday evening to a warm reception by the host government and subsequently a very vibrant cultural reception by the Indian community in Tianjin. Prime Minister's first engagement this morning was a bilateral meeting with President Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China. We've released a statement on that meeting. You would be aware of the details. Let me just fill you in on a couple of aspects of the meeting. As you're aware, this is the second meeting between the two leaders in the space of less than a year. Their last meeting was in Kazan in October last year, where they had laid down certain strategic guidelines for the development of bilateral relations and set out certain goals to be achieved by the two sides. They also expressed a commitment to a fair, reasonable and mutually acceptable resolution of the boundary question, proceeding from the political perspective of their overall bilateral relations and in the long-term interests of the two peoples. Amongst other issues, the two leaders also exchanged views on ways to increase and balance bilateral trade, strengthen people-to-people ties, cooperate on trans-border rivers, and jointly fight terrorism. There was a desire to make additional progress on all of these issues on the basis of mutual respect, mutual interests, and mutual sensitivity. See, cross-border terrorism was mentioned by the Prime Minister as a priority. And I would add that he did underline the fact that this is something that impacts both India and China, and that it's important, therefore, that we extend understanding and extend support to each other as both of us combat cross-border terrorism. And I would, in fact, like to say that we have received the understanding and cooperation of China as we have dealt with the issue of cross-border terrorism in the context of the ongoing SCO summit. Tariffs, etc. Look, what I'll say is that the two leaders discussed the international economic situation. They recognized the challenges that flow as a result of what we see happening around us. And the focus of the discussion, I would say, remained in the bilateral domain. Of course, they recognize as I said, they recognize what's happening on the international plane and the challenges it creates, but they tried to, in a sense, see how to leverage that for building greater understanding between themselves and how to, in a sense, take forward the economic and commercial relationship between India and China in the midst of these evolving challenges. Look, as I said, the formulation of the two countries being partners, not rivals, or as is put somewhat differently, of being opportunities for each other and not challenges. This is the framing of the relationship, and both leaders have done this framing of the relationship. This is what is desired, and this is what they see as the future of the relationship as well. The troops at the border, which are a reality, though I think that is again a situation that has started evolving over the course of the last year as the situation at the borders has become more or is moving towards normalization. That is something that has come about as a result of actions that have been taken at a particular point in time. And that's obviously led to a certain crisis, and it is that crisis that we have dealt with or attempted to deal with over the course of the last 5.5 years. That doesn't change the fact that the two leaders, and not just these two leaders, but previous leaders as well, what they have framed for the medium to long-term future of the relationship, which is that we should try, being the two large neighbors that we are to each other, being two of the largest economies in the world, being the only 2 billion plus population countries in the world, that the future that we should aspire to, the future that we should aim at, the one that we should work towards, is one of partnership and not one of rivalry.